4. Lost in the Haunted House. The terrifying encounter of a group of friends. Jessie's scream echoed through the house, sending shivers down the spines of Ash, Amanda, and Nick, who were nearby. They rushed toward the sound, but when they arrived, the sight before them froze them in place. Jessie's body lay motionless among the sharp blades, her eyes wide open in the final moment of terror. Her blood pooled on the floor, each drop hitting the ground with an agonizing sound that broke the stillness of the room. Ash felt his heart stop. He knelt beside Jessie, but she was already lifeless. Nick, standing nearby, clenched his fists, his despair and anger rising within him. Panic surged through the group. Amanda clung to Ash, tears streaming down her face. "We're going to die here," she sobbed. "We have to get out of here right now," Nick shouted, his voice choked. "This house is a death trap." But the house seemed alive, with creaking noises and eerie whispers continuing to fill the air. Darkness enveloped them, and fear spread like a poisonous fog, seeping into every breath. The whispers and maniacal laughter grew louder, as if mocking them. Ash, still kneeling beside Jessie's body, felt a cold shiver down his spine. He knew they were surrounded by invisible entities, things they couldn't see, but could feel their malevolent presence. Nick pulled Ash to his feet, his eyes resolute. "We can't let her death be in vain. We have to find a way to survive and get out of here." Just then, Amanda noticed an old, dusty book on a shelf. She realized this might be the book the man in the tape had mentioned. "The book! Maybe it has the way to end the curse," she shouted. Nick and Ash immediately rushed over, opening the book. The pages were yellowed and written in an ancient language they couldn't understand. But Amanda's eyes caught a passage written in English, describing a ritual that could banish the demon. "Read it aloud. Follow this passage," Ash shouted, handing the book to Amanda. But as she began to read, a dark shadow surged forward, seemingly determined to stop them. Amanda read each word, her voice trembling but resolute. Each word she uttered seemed to pierce the shadow, making it recoil. But the shadow wasn't easily defeated. It shifted and attacked more fiercely. Nick and Ash stood in front of Amanda, trying to protect her from the unseen assaults. Amanda continued to read, her voice growing stronger. The house shook, as if an invisible earthquake was happening. Suddenly, a loud explosion rang out, a blinding light emanating from the book, driving away the darkness and repelling the shadow. The whispers ceased, leaving only a deathly silence. As the light faded, the house returned to its old, decrepit state. They collapsed to the floor, gasping for breath, looking at each other in terror and exhaustion. Yet the lingering silence served as a reminder that the battle was not over. The curse might have been temporarily pushed back, but the horror it brought still haunted their every breath. Their loved ones, Anne and Jessie, were still lost to them. Night fell, darker and more terrifying than ever. The thick darkness covered every corner of the wooden house, and the cold air carried the scent of decay and death. After Anne's disappearance and Jessie's death, the remaining group, Ash, Amanda, and Nick, could hardly sleep. They huddled together, their hearts pounding in their chests, every small sound causing them to jump. Amanda lay next to Ash, trying to find some safety in his arms. But fear still gripped her, making it hard to breathe, and she couldn't close her eyes. The sound of wind whistling through the cracks and the constant chirping of insects felt like ghostly whispers. In the dead of night, Amanda suddenly felt a powerful, cold force grip her. She was violently pulled away, as if hundreds of invisible hands were dragging her into the darkness. She screamed in terror, her voice ripping through the quiet of the night. "Ash, Save me." Amanda's scream was filled with despair and fear. Ash and Nick jumped up, their flashlights flickering in the darkness. But when they reached Amanda's spot, she had vanished without a trace. All that remained was emptiness and a thick, dark void where her scream still echoed in their minds. "Where is she?" Nick asked frantically, his eyes full of helplessness. "Amanda, where are you?" Ash shouted, but only silence answered him. They ran through the house, their flashlights illuminating every dark corner, but there was no sign of Amanda. Panting and overwhelmed with fear, they could feel the presence of a malevolent force, watching and waiting. The eerie whispers began to echo again, this time clearer and more chilling. The words in an unfamiliar language mixed with maniacal laughter and sighs from the afterlife. Strange shadows appeared everywhere, from dark corners to reflections in broken windows, as if invisible entities were dancing in the night. In his panic, Ash saw Amanda's reflection in the surface of an old mirror. "Amanda, is that you?" He ran to it, but as he got closer, the image disappeared, leaving only the dusty, cracked mirror. Nick, gripping a wooden stick tightly, felt a cold wind blow past him, carrying with it a raspy voice. "You cannot escape. The curse has begun." The maniacal laughter rang out again, like daggers piercing their minds. They knew that this malevolent force didn't just want to kill them. It wanted to toy with them, to torture their spirits. Ash, desperate and in pain, dropped to the floor, clutching his head. "Amanda, where are you? Please don't leave me." But there was no reply. Only the whispers and mocking laughter of the demons echoed through the house. The flashlights flickered in the thick darkness, covering and swallowing any hope they had left.